Well, good evening. I hope you're having a good, safe Friday. Wow, let's talk about how warm it was today. First of all, we hit 81 degrees for a high temperature on this Friday, March 14th. It was a very warm day indeed, and 81 is 20 degrees higher than our average. Here's a look at our almanac again. 20 degrees above that average high of 61. Not a record today, 44 the low this morning. Just wanted to show you that for particulars. All right, here's our 3-day forecast. Increasing clouds, relatively quiet tonight. We have a high wind warning that will begin, as we'll show you in a moment, at 8 p.m. tonight for the mountains. And here's a look at your 3-day forecast. A weather impact alert is going to be in place for Saturday through Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Now, after sunrise Sunday morning, once we get past 5, 6, 7 a.m., we're going to see improving conditions. We'll have some spotty showers left over during the day Sunday, but mainly breezy and drier. And St. Patrick's Day Monday looks to be improving. All right, so that's the particulars over the next 3 days. Now, we're going to get very specific and with some of the latest timing we're seeing with the latest models. We do have some updated info to pass along to you for that and some of the trends we're seeing. But here's the weekend storm system impacts. The wind is Saturday through Saturday night, again into early Sunday morning. It's mainly before sunrise Sunday morning, with the highest impacts likely going to be later Saturday evening and Saturday night for all areas. Now, beforehand during the day Saturday, I'll talk much more about this in a moment. Only parts of our region may be impacted by strong to severe storms. Not everywhere during the day, but we are expecting storms and heavier showers everywhere Saturday night and overnight into early Sunday morning. But the rest of Sunday after sunrise will be improving as far as the timing there. And again, we'll take a look at that Futurecast in detail coming right up in just a second. High winds, heavy rain, strong to severe storms. Those are the three main impacts that will be on the table with this strong storm system impacting much of the region that's coming on through. So what do you need to do? Stay weather alert. Again, check back in, just like you're doing right now, this stream, check back in. We're going to continue to provide the live streams off and on during the day as we go through Saturday, Saturday night, and obviously anytime there's impactful weather, you can catch us right here on the stream. That's where we'll continue to provide the very latest information anytime we have impactful weather. So this is the perfect place to be. Spread that information to your family and friends. Let them know that, Channel 10 will be on the stream anytime there's impactful weather that's rolling into our region. So stay weather alert. Check back in for updates. As you know, in East Tennessee, the weather can change quickly. We're likely going to have a scenario during the day Saturday, during the day tomorrow, where the sun is shining and you may not be seeing any storms at all. And the western parts of our region, closer to the plateau, could be seeing strong to severe storms. That's a potential scenario we're looking at. So even though the sun's out, may not be doing anything during the day, other parts of our viewing area may be dealing with some strong to severe storms. So we'll detail that in just a moment. What else do you need to do? Make sure your weather alerts are enabled on your phone. Go ahead and turn those notifications on. Make sure they're enabled, and again, you'll be good to go. You got to be able to have a way to get weather alerts. Whenever there's impactful weather coming in, make sure to turn those weather alerts on, notifications on your phones, your smartphones, devices. Make sure they're charged up. We are looking at the potential for power outages and even some heavy rain. Those are our two main impacts as we go Saturday, especially Saturday night now from all areas, and tapering after early Sunday morning. Power outages from downed trees and power lines. We got a higher impact, a lot of wind energy. Once again, with this particular storm system moving in, localized flooding is possible. But now here again, it may be sunny. You may not see a whole lot of rain and storms for parts of our region during the day until we get to tomorrow night. So that is a scenario we're also going to be talking about for parts of East Tennessee. And so that flooding aspect may be late Saturday, more likely into Saturday night, where that comes into play. Now, what about the tornado threat? Here in East Tennessee, we do have a chance for a few tornadoes, a few tornado warnings. That's possible. It looks, for the most part, spotty to isolated. We'll talk more about the better coverage in a moment. But we also have a moderate impact as far as the hail goes. So, again, we're ranking these as far as potential impacts. The highest impact from potentially damaging winds. That also includes the severe threat. The next highest is a moderate impact from flooding. Again, kind of a lower impact, but there will be a chance for a few tornadoes possible in parts of our region. I'll go ahead and tell you, the western half of East Tennessee, closer to the plateau and the Southern Valley, that's where the better chances, if we see possible tornadoes. Looks like those areas have a little bit better chance than other areas. So we'll talk more about that in a moment. And again, a moderate impact from potential large hail. So let's get right to our Futurecast. No weather issues tonight other than the winds increasing in the mountains. We will see increasing clouds. It's going to be a warm night tonight. Hey, last night we got to enjoy the clear sky with a full moon and the total lunar eclipse. Did you stay up to see that? No, I didn't either. I'm just teasing. Maybe you did. Maybe you woke up and saw it. Some folks did and shared that on our social media. By the way, you can hop over to our social media pages and take a look at some of the beautiful photos that were shared with us on the lunar eclipse. But tonight, different story, increasing clouds. It's going to be warm, only near 60. Now, this is tomorrow morning. And let me back it up just a little bit so I can show you what we're looking at, and we'll kind of let this play through. This is 7 a.m. Again, it's a model, not perfect, but the general gist is notice where the better coverage of and chances for showers and storms rather will be in the morning, right there on the plateau. And that's a general trend and theme of what most of our high-res guidance is showing. During the day tomorrow, the best chances for showers and strong storms generally across the plateau, in particularly the western half of East Tennessee. When we say the half, if you take Knoxville as the dividing line from Knoxville west, Interstate 40 back to Crossville, that's kind of the western half of East Tennessee. The eastern half, Knoxville to the North Carolina state line. So Knoxville's kind of the midpoint. So the western half of East Tennessee during the day, this is in the morning, has the better chances for those showers and storms. All right, let's go to our next high-res model. We'll pick it up here. I'll back it up just a little bit, start at more like midday. So here's what we're looking at. We do have a chance, even in the Knoxville areas, for some of these scattered storms. A few of these could be strong from late morning to midday. But once again, and I'm going to play this out in just a moment, the better coverage still expected generally to be on the plateau and across the northern half of the region and down into the southern valley. All right, watch what happens as we go from noon through the afternoon. You see where the focal point, the better coverage and chances for storms, it basically lifts to the north and back to our west, temporarily and briefly. Again, this is just through the afternoon, and we're talking about the timing here. Again, so we could see some storms midday, but as we go through the afternoon, we have a warm and windy afternoon, by the way. Katie Barr, the normal temperatures probably hit the upper 70s in some areas again tomorrow, maybe near 80. But there's a look at the storm coverage back to our north and west briefly. That's at 5 p.m., but notice what happens at 7 p.m. They start to redevelop and come back onto the plateau, and they're moving east. So I'm going to let this play through from 7 p.m. to midnight tomorrow night. Look at what we're seeing. All areas have a good chance for soaking rains, which would be good news, but also high winds and also potential for strong to severe storms. Look at this line of potentially focused heavy rain and high winds. That could be damaging winds. This is midnight tomorrow night, and not tonight, tomorrow night into early Sunday morning. So this would be that main front kind of pushing on in. So we do have a chance for some severe weather, damaging wind gusts, the main threat. But again, there could be a few tornadoes. And as I mentioned, I'll go ahead and highlight this area once again. If we see the potential for tornadoes in general, this is the area of greatest chance of severe weather potential during the day tomorrow and even into the evening. If we had to say the best chance, doesn't mean other areas won't see it. Again, we could all see some severe storms, okay? It's just the main area, the area we're going to be focusing on, including Saturday afternoon, is going to be for the plateau in the Western Valley. Again, some parts Saturday afternoon are going to potentially, let me go back and show you this. This is earlier Saturday afternoon. If you're watching this, from Knoxville to Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, and Gatlinburg, we may be looking at sunshine. But then again, on the plateau, they could be rocking and rolling with strong to severe storms and maybe a few tornado warnings. Hopefully not. But that's the contrast that we're talking about. And that's the potential scenario that we could be looking at and playing out. So I'll let this play back through to midnight. Then as we go from midnight to 5 a.m., again, that final little push of some heavier showers and stronger winds. The main threat, once we get into the early Sunday morning hours, is high winds and heavy rainfall. And this is where that flooding aspect also comes back into play. Again, we're looking at some of those soaking showers, again, through the evening that could produce some localized flooding, heavier downpours. So we're going to have to watch out for some high water issues. Now, again, I know we need the rain. This is certainly going to help with the fighting the forest fires. That's the good side of this system. But there will also still be a potential for high winds. And then once we move past Sunday morning, looking at a breezy, mild, a little bit drier day. Now, interesting, this model does redevelop some spotty showers in the afternoon, but mainly a breezy day as we get into your Sunday. So here's a further breakdown for our Saturday. chances for scattered showers 7 a.m., maybe a few thunderstorms. Midday, we do have that chance, again, for some spotty storms. Notice the temperatures, 71 degrees. And then we're looking at, the temperatures that will be going up into the mid-70s once we get into our afternoon. So that's what we're looking at for your Saturday. Again, in the afternoon, probably looking at a decent break, waiting on those storms to move back in later Saturday evening and late Saturday night. That's the expectation as of right now. Again, for the morning into the afternoon, the better coverage will probably be across the western half of East Tennessee, while other areas are seeing sunshine through the rest of the afternoon. But then we all get in on the storms later Saturday night and overnight. So that's the expectation at this point. Tune back in. Obviously, things change. We'll have more updates on that accordingly and respectively. Here's the high wind warning for the mountains. It starts at 8 p.m. tonight. It is going to run through 2 a.m. Sunday. Now notice this. The winds could gust up to 80 miles per hour in the mountains. This is just general system winds, okay? Prior to any storm development, this is the potential winds that are going to be possible tonight. This starts at 8 p.m. tonight and runs through just after midnight tomorrow night, 2 a.m. Sunday morning. So here's just an example of our Futurecast wind gust. And again, where you see the red colors, this is where we're seeing those potential high winds. And notice the direction. Generally south, southeast, and a little bit of when it's purely southeast, that's even more of a mountain wave event. But when they're coming out of the south and it's more or less perpendicular from North Carolina running northward across East Tennessee, that's when we get those rushing winds coming down the mountains, down into the foothills. So places like Blount, Sevier, Cocke, and Greene counties, including Horse Creek and Camp Creek, we are looking at those accelerating winds tonight and tomorrow morning. Heads up on that. Even on the plateau, as we go through the day Saturday, it's going to be breezy to windy. And again, high wind warning continues for the mountains. And then, as I mentioned, now notice the 7 p.m. Remember that line of storms on the plateau? Those are going to whisk on through as we go that 7 p.m. to midnight. Another round of stronger winds up on the plateau at midnight. And that also kind of whisk on through by early Sunday morning. Now, Sunday's going to be a breezy day, but at least the severe threat will be early in the morning and then winding down during the day and improving. Now, flooding potential, notice this, a level 3 out of 4, significant flooding. But again, what we're looking at is this is mainly earlier in the day. It's mainly to our southwest, number one. And as far as here in East Tennessee, we're going to get in on the heavier rain and flooding probably more late tomorrow night. But just wanted to show that's the flooding potential. And as far as, this will come up in a moment, it's just loading. As far as the rainfall potential, could see 1 to 3 inches of rain. And there's a look at maybe 2 to 4 inches plus coming out of Alabama and southern middle Tennessee. Again, Alabama, Mississippi has the highest threat for tornadoes and possible severe weather out of this system. They're also going to get the heaviest rain shower activity. So here's what we're seeing right now. And again, we'll kind of walk this on through and then wrap it up here. We are looking at some increasing clouds tonight, a little bit of a breeze, high winds in the mountains. That's the main issue for the mountains tonight. The rest of us, no weather concerns, just the increasing clouds. There's the severe risk for tonight. Again, as you saw a moment ago, they're starting to develop back to our west. But notice that area in red, that's a significant risk. And that is going to include, if you have family or friends, from St. Louis to Memphis down to Jackson, Mississippi. Tonight, this is the best chance. And notice that risk is mainly, this goes through 8 a.m. Saturday morning. That's mainly back to our west. But now notice tomorrow, here's what we're looking at. That higher risk area, or at least the enhanced risk area, which is this dark brown shading right here, and I'll zoom on in a minute, that does encompass the southwestern half of East Tennessee, if you will, and otherwise we're in a level 2 elevated risk of severe storms as we go into the day and especially tomorrow night. This will run from Saturday morning 8 a.m. through Sunday morning 8 a.m. It's a 24-hour risk time frame, okay, for East Tennessee. But here's, look at for our neighbors from Jackson, Mississippi to Birmingham, that's not good. That's, look up here on the legend, that's a level 5 out of 5. You don't see that often at all. That's very rare. That's uncommon, to say the least. Every now and then you'll see it, but not that often at all. That is an extreme risk. Not only severe weather likely, this is tornadoes are likely in this corridor. And notice it's bounded by a significant red area, significant level 4 out of 5 storms. Also severe weather and tornadoes likely in this zone. So this is the greatest risk area for severe weather, generally to our southwest. But let's, of course, zoom on in but we don't see this enhanced dark brown area that often. You've watched enough. Usually we see the marginal green and the yellow elevated, level 1 and level 2. This is where we usually see and live most of our springtime. Every now and then we'll see enhanced. We don't want to see significant or extreme, of course. And but that's what we're looking at. This enhanced area, this is by the Storm Prediction Center, SPC out of Norman, Oklahoma. They got it coming from Jamestown to Knoxville to Pigeon Forge. Now again, for eastern areas, including Pigeon Forge, that may not come for you until later Saturday night. During the day beforehand, while we're looking at sunshine above our heads for much of the eastern half of the region, may be dealing with severe storms in the enhanced risk area even during the day for the plateau. That's the contrast. Western half of the region could be looking at severe storms. Eastern half could be quiet for a little bit during the day, but that's the severe risk breakdown. And here's what I just wanted to show you real quick. Still very warm temperatures. There's the storms in Missouri right now, and here's the wider recap of Mississippi and Alabama. Tornadoes likely tomorrow, unfortunately. We're looking at severe weather possible with heavy rainfall, especially tomorrow evening, tomorrow night. And that will run its course through early Sunday morning. And the rest of Sunday, a few leftover showers. Otherwise, it's going to be, again, a breezy day, but improving later Sunday and Monday. So here's our recap. Tonight, breezy and warm, 60 degrees for the low tonight, increasing clouds. Now, high wind morning. In the higher elevation, the mountains batten down the hatches for the weekend. The mountains will see high winds likely. Warm and breezy Saturday, mid-70s. Again, those scattered storms. Better chances, especially late tomorrow and tomorrow night. A chance late morning, early afternoon in parts of the valley. We're going to be staffed here and keeping you updated throughout the day and throughout tomorrow night. So again, keep it tuned right here. And of course, on WBIR, WBIR.com, all of our platforms and social media platforms will keep you updated, including right here on the live stream. So we'll continue to keep you updated throughout the weekend. But don't check out, check back in. That's the key because weather changes, right? And we'll keep you updated. So there's our weather impact alert, again, through early Sunday morning before sunrise. St. Patrick's Day looks nice for Monday. Looking ahead to next week, here we go. Typical March weather in East Tennessee. We warm right back up into the mid-70s. Some nice weather, a little breezy and warm Tuesday, Wednesday. Strong cold front blows through just in time for the first day of spring, with temperatures falling some 20 to 25 degrees from Wednesday and Thursday. We're just the messenger. Probably going to see some showers in the valley, and it's going to snow in the mountains on the plateau. Some of our high-risk guidance right now, or our longer-range models, I should say, show snow showers on the plateau and in the mountains for Thursday, the first day of spring. Don't you love it? I know it's spring break next week. Hey, the first half of the week looks good. Friday looks good as well. Thursday, first day of spring. All right, that's the latest. Again, we'll keep you updated on the very latest as we go forward tonight and again throughout the day tomorrow. Have a good, safe night and enjoy your weekend. Stay safe.